Tom Tancredo back with you, sitting in for Chris Cook. She will be back on Monday, and I will be joining her again on that day. At least that's the plan. She will be off tomorrow. And Charlie, I don't know who's going to be sitting in. Joe and Dan America. Is that right? Oh, okay, if you say so. And there's a couple of things we have to do at the top of the hour here that, as I call it, it's sort of bookkeeping stuff, or housekeeping, I should say. And one is to give away a couple of tickets. First caller, 2 tickets to Revive 1787. It's going to be Sunday, October the 26th at the Douglas County Fairgrounds. And there's going to be Marshall Foster. I don't know if you heard him. He's a terrific speaker. And the 3 Benghazi heroes. They are the authors of the new book, 13 Hours in Benghazi. So the first caller to 303-477-5600, give us your name, phone number, and email, and we will get you 2 tickets to that event. And then we'll have a door prize after that for the second caller. Second caller gets a book, and the book is, if you want it, you can say, what? I'm the second caller? Forget about it. But if you want it, it is my book, and it is called In Mortal Danger. It was a bestseller, believe it or not. It doesn't take much to be a bestseller in that genre, political stuff. And then the last thing is the Rocky Mountain Heist. Last night was the premiere event. We were all downtown at the Hyatt Regency. It was 250, 300 people. I don't know, quite a packed house, and all the people that were involved with it. And this is all about how Colorado got taken over by the CODA, the Colorado Democracy Alliance, Tim Gill, Jared Polis, Pat Stryker. But it's a fascinating analysis, and it's a harbinger of what's to come in many other states. It's a great, I think, not because I'm in it. That's the only bad part of it. The rest of it is really good. Michelle Malkin is the star of the thing, if you will. Go to RockyMountainHeist.com. You'll find out where you can see it, play it, get a DVD of it. I thought it was a good deal. And if you've seen it and you want to call in and give us your opinion of it, you're welcome to do so. In the studio with us, as always, on Thursdays, Corey and Andy Pate with let's see, I want to get this right. Party of Choice, right? Party of Choice. Now, Corey and Andy Pate, so you flipped a coin. Which one of you is going to be Corey and which one is going to be Andy tonight?
I want to unleash a new part of myself.
Okay, I'll try to remember, Corey. We'll let them introduce themselves any way they want to, but you've heard them before, Corey and Andy Pate, and they're here tonight to talk a little bit about, racism and the way it should be handled by conservatives. But I'd like them to, first of all, tell you all a little more about themselves.
Sure. Well, I am Corey, despite what Andy says. Not giving it my name, sorry. So the Party of Choice. If you are a conservative, you are already in the Party of Choice, because conservatives want people to have more choices, more freedom, more liberty. But liberals want to take choices away from people, take away their freedoms and liberties. So what we do at the Party of Choice is train conservatives on how to explain their beliefs using a choice versus control perspective, because that makes us the good guys and the leftists the bad guys.
Great. How much success have you had in this endeavor?
It is growing by leaps and bounds.
Really?
It has been so much fun.
Well, how can you tell? Do people sign up for this?
Well, our Facebook page is almost to 500 likes, and just a few months ago, we were only around 200. And our website hits have grown exponentially. So a good day used to be 100 hits, and now we're averaging between 200 and 400 a day. So you guys probably know things about technology and about social media. He points to Corey. So I told the folks here earlier, I've had a Facebook page for quite a while, of course, because that was required, when you were in Congress and politics and all that. But I didn't manage it, see. And somebody else did. Staff. We had staff. That was the greatest thing ever about being in Congress. You had staff. And you had people that could do. And so I didn't, I would answer some questions for them that people would call in, and I'd say, post this, post that, and that's it. Well, now I've learned how to do it. I got my own. I found out what my password was and all that stuff. And so I now have it. See, it's on there. A little thing says Facebook, right? Got an app.
You have completed your training. You're a Jedi.
Not really, because I don't understand half of the things that are happening on this thing. Now, because I've got this on, all of a sudden everything starts coming up going, we'd like to befriend you. I want to unfriend you. Connect with me and all this stuff. And I keep going, sure, yes, absolutely. And they keep coming back and going, I already got 5,000. You can't do anymore. Well, I'm worried. Do those people know that it's not me turning them down? That it's the Facebook God, whoever, who says you can't do this? And I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them. So if you're listening out there and if you've tried to do that, I can't do it anymore because I've got 5,000. And then today, I got a list about, 100 long that says somebody poked you. Do you know what that means?
I don't.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I friended and unfriended you 27 times last week. Right now you're at friend. It's going so well.
Yeah, well, we'll see by the end of the hour. But you don't know what poked is.
Well, I'm not totally sure what the point of it is. Sorry for the bad pun. The thing with Facebook and social media is it's constantly changing. So when you finally think you've got it figured out, then a new update comes out and everything's moved. So, and don't feel bad because I'm still learning Google+. Sometimes I think I'm posting as myself, and then I post a fuzzy panda on the Party of Choice page by mistake. So you just never know.
This is so annoying. And so I just want to make people know that I'm not purposely trying to avoid them unless they're poking me, and I should be offended. And I don't even know if you should. I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh,
Find a 13-year-old. They know everything.
That's exactly right. Why can't we? There's a new business for us. We can fund the Party of Choice with Rent a Kid.
Rent a Kid.
For the purpose of giving you this kind of information.
I think it's a great idea, Tom.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, so your task, and by the way, I have to ask you, now, Andy, you and I did have this conversation a long time ago, and I think I asked you the same thing then, but so why are you doing this? I mean, of all the things that you can put yourself through, and the brain damage and the time, the effort, the energy, what makes you take up this challenge?
Well, I already had the brain damage. And so I figured, I'm so close already that I'm just, what?
Move into your mic.
And I figured I'm so close already, I'm just going to jump right in. No, it came down to this, Tom. I looked at conservatism, and I saw that conservatives felt hopeless. And you'd probably come up with some more categories. I saw 3 ways they felt hopeless. Number 1, they felt hopelessly divided, unable to work and speak as one. Number 2, they felt hopelessly outnumbered, especially with recent demographic shifts. And number 3, they felt hopelessly unheard by a distracted society that sees us as the bad guys. So what we do in the Party of Choice is fix all that. That's our goal.
Well, considering the way in which all of that has been produced and put out there, and the propaganda on the left that has created that mindset that you just described, how can you hope to combat that with your efforts when you're looking at a school system that they control, a media that they control, the political system, essentially, all of the means of communication, with the exception of talk radio and Facebook and others, things like that. They've got it, and I feel overwhelmed because I wish that I cannot tell you how much I hope you are successful. It's the greatest goal I can imagine. It's just that the odds and the what you look out there and see, it's so overwhelming. It scares you.
It would take a while to go through it all. I'll just say this. We spoke a Tuesday ago at the Arapahoe County Tea Party, and we speak at a lot of groups. After every single one, you get mobbed afterwards, and that's usual for a speaker.
Yeah. I don't, but
they you do. It's just
people do
it's
that.
A different kind of mobbing. I understand. They
usually mob outside to stop me, but seldom afterwards to just chat.
Here's the thing: they're not excited about me. They're excited because a weight has been lifted off their shoulder. They realize, oh my gosh, we don't have to be this divided. We can work together far more than we thought we could. They feel, oh my gosh, there aren't too few. We're not that outnumbered. There aren't too few of us. There are too few who know they are us. And finally, they realize there are ways that we can break through to those who wouldn't listen to us. And we can do it quickly. It takes seconds. Honestly, Tom, if I could get all conservatives in Colorado to simply use these simple methods and say things like, I want to control my own life, not yours. That's what conservatism is about. I want to control my own life, not yours. Okay? And learn how to factor these things in and break down the walls between us and the listeners. We would turn Colorado inside of 6 months.
Andy, again, you don't know how much I want to see and hear of your success in this. It's absolutely imperative. And you don't know, perhaps, how much I do believe in exactly what you've said about what conservatism really means.
I know you do.
The worrisome part to me is that many of our friends who call themselves conservatives, who believe they are conservative, who vote conservative, vote Republican, do all the stuff that outwardly indicates conservative leanings. In fact, when it comes to a lot of subjects and actions by others that they don't like, all of a sudden this conservatism, the idea of individual freedom goes right out the window. And that's scary to me. I see it happening. The drug issue is a hot topic. It's certainly the thing that cost me the primary because the Republican Governors Association tried to say that I wanted to sell hard drugs to kids and a variety of other things.
You also put your picture on a lot of posters.
Oh yeah, true.
That was damaging. Very
exactly.
I advised
if I could only just do radio, if I could keep it there. Charlie, we're a little late here, buddy. Okay, we'll be right back. Tom Tancredo, hang in there with us. We'll be right back with Corey and Andy Pate.